Namaste students, I hope you all are fine. So today we will start the new topic, that is transcription of chapter 6 molecular biology of inheritance. In the previous lecture we discussed that transcription, it occurs in the nucleus region. In the nucleus region. Like DNA, it is present in the nucleus, and by the process of the transcription, what happens? Yes, the RNA, it forms by the process of the transcription, and from the RNA proteins will synthesize. So this is known as the central dogma. This is known as central dogma. Now today we will discuss about the transcription process in detail. But first you should know about the transcriptional unit. So what is the site of occurrence? The site of occurrence of the transcription. It occurs in the nucleus region. It occurs in the nucleus region, and during the G1 and G2 phase of cell cycle. During the G1 and the G2 phase of the cell cycle, the transcription, it occurs in the nucleus region. And what are the three reasons of the transcriptional unit? What are the three reasons of the transcriptional unit? So the three reasons of the transcriptional unit are promoter, then the structural gene, and terminator. Promoter, structural gene, and the terminator. Now, what are the structural genes? Structural genes are those genes, means the DNA helix, the DNA segment which has to be transcribed. Suppose this is the DNA segment which has to be transcribed. So this is known as the structural genes. This is known as structural genes. Now this structural gene, it has two strands. As the DNA, it has two strands. So the one strand, it is known as the template strand. The one strand, it is known as the template strand, and the another strand, it is known as the coding strand. One strand is template and the another one, it is the coding strand. And the polarity of the template strand, it is 3' to 5', and of the coding strand, it is 5' to the 3'. And over this structural gene, the promoters and the terminators that are present. Over this structural gene, promoter and the terminators that are present. Suppose this is the promoter, I have represented it by P, and terminator by T. And how we will come to know that the promoter, it is present here, and terminator, that is present here? Promoter, it is always present at the 5' end of the coding strand. Always present at the 5' end of the coding strand. And the terminator, it is present at the 3' end of the coding strand. Now here two strands that are present. If both the strands, they will transcribe to form the RNA? No. Only the one strand, it will transcribe to form the RNA, and it is the template strand. Why only the template strand it will synthesize or it will transcribe the RNA molecule and not the coding strand? What is the reason behind there that only one strand out of the both it will transcribe? So what is the reason? Let's discuss in detail. If suppose the template strand, it will also form the RNA molecule, and the coding strand, it will also form the RNA molecule. Then what will happen? Both of these RNAs, they will make the protein. They will form the protein molecule. Okay, these are the RNA molecules. Suppose this is the template strand and this is the coding strand here, and if both these strands, they will transcribe to form the RNA molecule, then they will form their protein molecules. Means from one DNA molecule, from one DNA molecule, two protein molecules, two protein molecules that are formed. But it is not correct, because one DNA segment means the segment of the gene which is known as the segment of the DNA which is known as the gene. It is responsible for the synthesis of one protein only, because the genetic information which is present in one segment of the DNA, that is gene, it is responsible for encoding one protein only. So that's why only the one strand out of these two, it will transcribe to form the RNA molecule, and it is the template strand. Why it is the template strand? Because always the synthesis of the new chain, it occurs from the 5 prime end to the 3 prime end. Always the synthesis, it occurs from the 5 prime end to the 3 prime end. So that is the reason behind this. And one more reason is there, that if suppose both the template strand, both the template and the coding strand, they will synthesize their RNA molecule, then what will happen? That these RNA molecules, they will coiled with each other, forming the double-stranded RNA molecule. Why they will bind with each other? Because they contain the complementary base pairing. As this DNA molecule, this DNA, suppose we will take the sequence here, that is G, C, A, T, T and A. This is the DNA strand, means the structural gene, one that is the coding strand and one that is the template strand here. So this strand, it will contain the opposite complementary base pairs here. So G, it will base pair with the C, and the C with the G, A with T, T with A, T with A and A with T. Now this is the RNA molecule, and over the RNA molecule, if suppose this RNA, it is transcribed from this DNA molecule, so what are the base pairs that are present over this RNA molecule? It will be complementary to this strand. Okay, so C, then here will be the G, and G here will be the C, and T here will be the A, and A here will be the U, not T. Why? Because it is the RNA molecule, and in case of RNA, in place of thymine, what is present? Uracil, it is present. And here A, then again U, and A, T. Now this RNA, it is transcribed from this. Okay. So G. So what will be the complementary base pairing here? C and C, then G, A, then not T, it will be U, and then T, then A, T with A, and A with T. Okay, sorry, U. So this is the RNA molecule and this is the RNA. If you will see that they are having the complementary base pairing here. G with C, C, G, A, U, U, A, U, A, U. So if the complementary base pairing will be there in the two strands, then they will coiled with each other to form the double-stranded RNA molecule. And if the double-stranded RNA molecule will be there, then there will be no synthesis of the protein molecule. There will be not any synthesis of the protein molecule. So this is the reason behind there, that why only the one strand out of the DNA helix it will transcribe to form the RNA molecule. See again, because if suppose both the DNA molecules they will transcribe their own RNA, then two different proteins they will synthesize. And if suppose it can be happen that if suppose both the strands they will form the RNA molecule, then this RNA it will form the double stranded RNA and it will not be able to encode the protein. So that's why only the one strand it is responsible for the synthesis of the DNA. And this is template strand because always the synthesis it occurs from the 5 prime to the 3 prime end, and the template strand it is having the polarity 3 prime end here and 5 prime end here. So that's why the transcription start site it will be from the promoter. What is the transcription start site? Yes, transcription it start from here. This is the start site and this is the terminator region. And when the RNA synthesis occur, then till here what will happen? The process of the transcription it will stop at the terminator site, and the RNA it will separate from the DNA and it will get released from there. Now RNA polymerase enzyme it will bind here and then the transcription it start. So this is all about the transcription unit. Now I think the promoter region and the terminator region it is clear to you. And the RNA polymerase, when it binds with the promoter region, then what happens that it moves. As it moves over the DNA helix, then what will happen? The DNA it will uncoil in that region, and as it will move further, then the region which is present just behind the RNA polymerase, then again it will become recoiled and the RNA chain it will get synthesized, and that we will discuss in detail in the transcription process.